I'm an international ramen researcher who travels the world. You can just call me Joe. Ramen researcher? Okay, well, I believe your request for me was to find the phantom ramen stone, correct? Yes, that's correct. Alright, now, how to go about this? Guess I'll start with pressing my ear to the ground to hear the town gossip. Okay. Can I talk to them? Empty alleys without warning, so the phantom ramen only appears at night, huh? No one knows when or where. So it shows up at random. Then how do you find it? My cat guided the way for me. Without Tama, I never would have found the place. Too bad she's gone now, off to a better place. Sounds like she was a real good sidekick, but I gotta say, this sounds like a pretty tall tale. Maybe you're right. A cat leads you to the ramen store? That's kind of hard to believe. Cat ramen. They sell it. Huh? What's that? Ramen for cats? No, it's worse than that. Oh wait, don't tell me. Uses cats as... Oh, at least that's what my senpai told me last week in class. That doesn't sound real to me. Is that why the other cat that led him to the shop passed away? Oh no. Wow, that's so dark. So the cat led a man to that shop. Maybe the cat was asking for help. So the cat led the man to that shop, but the man didn't know about it, and the cat ended up being his dinner, pretty much. This is so dark. They use cats for their soup stock? There's no way, right? There are lots of stray cats in this area. They're cautious at first, but I'm sure they'll open up their hearts to us if we keep approaching them with patience.
So to sum it up...
So you're suggesting we should befriend some stray cats and have them guide us to the ramen stall? You really think that would work? I can't imagine these cats going to the stall themselves, especially not if they are on the menu. Oh, there's a stray cat. Let's see here. Alright, let's give him some food. Never mind, I don't have any with me. My bad. Hey there, kitty. Nice to meet you. I don't want to just call you kitty all the time. I should give you a name.
A name, huh?
Buddy.
Stay safe.
Cham.
Stay safe.
Boo. This is such a funny scene. Oh, here it is.
Ah.
You come all this way because you're hungry? Meow meow. Is there something that way? Uh-huh. Hey, how far are you going? This smell, can it be? I can't believe it actually exists. Anyhow, let's eat at the stall before it disappears. I doubt it's gonna disappear, but you're right. If we miss this chance, I don't know when we'll get to eat here next. Let's go. That said, I don't see anything out of the ordinary with this food stall, except for the fact that there are lots of cats here. Come to think of it, the rumor is that they use cats as the soup stock for their ramen. Could it be true? Please don't be true.
Excuse me.
No need to answer this if it's a trade secret, but what do you use for the soup stock? Huh? Oh, you're wondering if we use cats for them? Well, sort of. Haha, of course we don't. I come from a family of fishermen, so we use our own unique bonito soup stock. It's one of a kind. But the cats seem to take a fancy to the bonito flake, so now the place is filled with our feline friends. This all caused some strange rumors about us to spread, and before I knew it, we were being called the Phantom Running Star. All I've been doing is setting up shop when the bonito soup stock arrived from my parents' place.
I see.
Oh, so that's what's going on. Well, that explains the irregular business hours and the swarm of cats. Well, there's our answer, Joe-san. So delicious!
Ah,
Whoa, what is this flavor? The richness is uncomparable to any other ramen I've ever tasted. A wild impression, followed by an elegant aftertaste. The impact of the soup is unforgettable from the very first bite. That said, it isn't too assertive, perfectly matching with ingredients like pork, bamboo shoot, and green onions. Not only does it bring out each element of the ramen in an inviting way, but it also maintains a balance that could be called the golden ratio. Jesus Christ, this guy reminds me of Yusuke. But when you unravel it, you find that the requirements are simple: bonito soup, stock, ginger, mirin, chicken bones, and garlic. And yet, there's something in it that I'm clearly missing here. What is that final piece that completes this ultimate ramen? What is the key figure of that golden ratio? If it's not cats in the soup, what could it be? Does it really taste that different just because the bonito broth is unique? Maybe he uses a special method to make it. Oh, and here's your bowl. Thanks for waiting. Oh, thank you.
huh?
This is... Wait! Ew! The final piece was the chef's finger! At first I thought it was some visual bug, like how a character model clips through another item. Not sure if I wanna break it to him though. I love ramen. Plage. This is where Sawa-sensei told me to come. She's right there. What the? Why are they nuts?
Get out of here! What's your problem?
The cutscene always makes him look so smooth, but when I'm controlling him, I'm all clumsy, getting hit left and right.
Sawa-sensei, isn't it? Stereo High School, Class 2-2.
Yo! Need a hand with these guys?
Who is this guy?
I'm just gonna warn you, I'm a better fighter than this guy.
Huh? Fuck.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for making them slink into the night before I could even ask who they were.
Huh?
Did someone get here before me? Did someone come to intimidate you?
That I need to stay away from this. The whole Mikoshiba-kun case. And then she said that you need to do the same.
What if I were to refuse?
If you said no, then she told me I should give you this picture.
Huh? This is Mikoshiba.
A picture taken right before he was killed. The woman who gave this to Sawa-sensei must be involved in some way with whoever killed Mikoshiba. Otherwise, she wouldn't have this picture. Right. In that case, were those guys just now the ones who killed Mikoshiba? But why would they come after me when the police have already kicked off their own investigation and everything?
Didn't I just bail your ass out?
A handyman?
I'm just trying to teach you some manners.
People like you teach manners around here?
Besides, don't you owe him for saving your ass from the white masks?
He didn't save my ass.
Hold the stick out, buddy. I can tell he's cool.
I have to figure. I'm not the one they were really there to threaten into staying silent. It was Sawa-sensei. 4 years ago, when Toshiro Ihara killed himself, apparently, she thought Mikoshiba was the one bullying him. I set up that meeting with her so she could tell me more about what really happened at the time. But as of now, someone's pretty bent on making sure she doesn't reveal that. That'd be my guess.
Honest, this hangover is kicking my ass. I'm gonna be kinda useless.
Maybe don't drink until sunrise.
That's no good. Without you, Kaito-san, who's gonna be the brains of this whole operation?
You'll have to manage, man.
I saw it on the news earlier. Mikoshiba-sensei was killed. But you already knew that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Guess that's why you've been asking about him. You should have told us, man.
I couldn't. I knew how hard you guys would have taken it.
Will you at least keep us posted if you find out anything?
No promises, I'm afraid. But hey, I'm glad you guys are warming up to me.
I'm Matsui, by the way.
That's more like it.
That arrow must indicate the body's location. I guess the killer liked to have everything lined up. This building matches up with the photo, so Mikoshiba was alive when he was brought here. Which means that isn't just where his body was dumped, it's where the murder actually happened.
Huh?
Get some backup over here.
Hey, now, wait a second. Could we maybe talk this out?
Yagami Detective Agency. The name's Watanabe. Kanagawa PD Division 1. Charming, sure. Once our investigation kicked off, we found out about that pervert cop in Tokyo. Seems he knew where the body would be. But when we went to go see him, HQ pumped the brakes. They said no interviews on this one.
Ihara was Tokyo PD, so wouldn't they want to protect him? They probably want it handled discreetly.
Nah, if only it were that simple. This isn't about protection. They get burnt real bad if they tried to bury this shit under the rug. Another prefecture blows the lid on that, the top brass may as well kiss their jobs goodbye. Heads would roll. They've got to wash the shit stains off their laundry to keep their asses clean.
Yeah, I could see how that makes sense.
Shit. The cop's supposed to be chasing down the perps. Instead, here I am with my hands tied, bitching to a PI.
So I'm your therapist.
I highly doubt you found much. But tell me something I don't know and maybe the cuffs will fall off.
Okay. How about this?
What the hell?
Hiro Mikoshiba. Was this taken here? Right before he died?
Where did you get this? What kind of shit you trying to pull?
I could tell you better with the cuffs off.
So, this woman you're talking about must have had it in with the culprits. You know, they were working in a group.
That's quite a revelation. What makes you so sure about that?
This had to be 2 months after his death. The body looks pretty decayed.
Mikoshiba was last seen alive 2 months ago, October 7th, 6:30 a.m. Since there were no other sightings of him, it's likely he was abducted a short ways from his home. This had to be done by vehicle, as common sense would tell us. So there must have been at least 2 suspects, a driver and a handler. If it were me, I'd have put 3 on the job. Now, according to the autopsy report, they found food in the poor guy's stomach. Based on how digested it was, we can assume he was killed at least an hour after breakfast, putting it around 7:30. And what was our friend Ihara doing at that time? The old perv was walking through Ikebukuro's ticket gates around 7:43 a.m. This was stated in court and corroborated by multiple security tapes.
But if that's true, he couldn't possibly have killed Mikoshiba. It's 30 kilometers between here and Ikebukuro.
Yet somehow he knew Mikoshiba's body would be discovered 2 months after his arrest, despite being in custody the whole time. Pretty obvious the culprit set up a smoke signal to make sure the body got found. They probably had the timing all worked out with Ihara so he could predict the body's discovery for maximum impact.
What shape was the body in when it was found?
Full of maggots and decomposing bad. His hands were zip-tied behind the chair, securing him in place. The cause of death was the throat wound, but before that, they really worked him over. Rough way for the guy to go.
Damn.
They even broke all his fingers. On both hands.
That sounds painful.
Fucked up, right?
How narrow is the window for Mikoshiba's estimated time of death?
Based on how digested his breakfast was, he was killed somewhere between 7:30 and noon on the morning of October 7th.
Pretty impressed you can narrow it down like that with a 2-month-old corpse.
Yeah, well, the window gets much bigger if we consider the possibility that the killers forced Mikoshiba to eat. At any point after the kidnapping, they could have made him eat a typical Mikoshiba family breakfast.
It's possible. All they had to do was make him say what he usually eats.
Good, we're on the same page. Now, if we take into account the decomposition of the body, Mikoshiba's estimated time of death actually ranges from 7:30 a.m. on October 7th all the way to the end of that month. So about 3 weeks.
3 weeks? That's a massive gap. Can't we narrow it down further?
The body's just too decomposed to do that. But expand the time frame all you want. Ihara was in custody through the whole thing, so we couldn't have done the deed.
What was the victim's cause of death? The news called it a massive hemorrhage.
Yup. They slit his throat and let him bleed to death.
Has the murder weapon been found?
No. There were no weapons at the scene. Real shame. There'd be some decisive evidence.
So when you said it was a knife, was that a guess based on analyzing the wound?
I wouldn't call it a guess. The coroner outright stated that the weapon was a sharp knife-like instrument. What? What's wrong?
Somebody's spying on us with binoculars. My number's on my card! Won't get away!
So you were here gawking, is that it? Better than busting in like you own the place.
I thought that was water under the bridge.
I ran because I saw a cop jump out a window and charge at me. Are you saying you'd stick around if you saw that?
He thinks you're a cop. Should we get you a badge and a hat?
I'd be honored.
Says here you have a Tokyo address. What brings you to Yokohama?
Oh, well, I'm organizing a class reunion in Chinatown.
What high school did you all attend?
Kurakawa Academy, a private school in Tokyo.
So it's not Seiryū High. Man, are these guys seriously not linked to the crime in any way? I suspected that these guys might be the dead guy's classmate, but the dead guy was like 22 years old or something, and this guy is 30? Well, not related in that way, but could be related in other way. Well, that was interesting. I'm starting to piece things together. It's good timing for a chat with Saori-san, actually.
Excuse me.
You just say corporate espionage and wiretapping? Wiretapping, I mean. Yes, that's right. Our company is currently in crisis mode. Turns out confidential information is being leaked into our competitor.
Does that mean?
Do you find any bugs? Yeah, actually, we found one by pure accident. Then we hire a detective to sweep the building, and he finds 5 more. Apparently, it's been happening all over Injincho lately. Everyone's talking about it on chatter. Some corrupt detective willing to do all sorts of shady things. A corrupt detectives in town, huh? Maybe I should look into this crooked competition. What does the boss researcher have to say? This is where they found that wiretapper? Already quite a crowd. I'm a detective from Yokohama 99. I picked up a wiretap signal here, so I came to sweep for it. You're a detective. Who hired you? Well, detectives have a strict code of client confidentiality, but I admit this wasn't for an official case, but more my own curiosity, so... Your curiosity. Yeah, that sounds like the likely cover story for a serial bugger like people have been complaining about. Not so sure I should be trusting you either. Not trustworthy, huh? Quick flash of this should take care of it. My name's Takayuki Yagami. I'm a lawyer. If you're going to treat my friend like a criminal without any proof, this badge might have to come into play at some point. Well, if a lawyer is vouching for him, then I don't see a problem here. Sorry about that. Have a nice day. Interested in my car, are you?
Excuse me.
Sorry about that. I'm Takayuki Yagami, a detective. Oh, a real-life detective. I'm Motoya Ogami. I'm a prosecutor. To be honest, I've loved mysteries since I was little. Detectives are so fascinating, but never thought I'd actually meet one like this. Oh, do you think my car's bugged? That depends. Do you ever have conversations in there that you wouldn't want others to hear? Yes, certainly. Discussing the day's upcoming trials with my secretary and some. That's Masuyama-kun. Huh? Who was that lady? This belongs to my secretary, Masuyama-kun.
Huh?
Oh crap. But her boss said that they discuss matters of the trials together. Why is there a need to bug him? I'm sorry, I've been paid off. What? By who? Was it that one defendant's lawyer? Yes, he claimed to be working for them. He also said he's a detective. I don't know what he looks like, we only talk over the phone and he didn't video chat with me. What about his voice or speaking mannerisms then? Any noticeable dialect? I'm not sure, he was real quiet and kept his speaking to a minimum. I do think he's a male though.
Excuse me.
Did he happen to give you his name? No, of course not. But he said he runs the illegal detective agency. Wow, pretty bracing approach. He sure doesn't beat around the bush, does he?
Funny you should say that. Hoshino-kun just told me he's going to re-inspect the crime scene tomorrow. He said it'd be best to plot Ehara's movement from Ikebukuro all the way to Shinjuku where he was caught.
No kidding. Then I ought to go with.
Maybe from that woman, the signal gets weaker when I move away from her. She has to be bought. But how would you wiretap a person exactly? It doesn't really make sense. Making talking to her would clear this up. Well, it appears to be coming from your bag. What, this? My manager gave this to me just the other day. Your manager? Where do you work? A cabaret club.
I see.
So your boss may have bugged you. Any clue why this might have happened? Not at all. He's always seemed like a really good person. Sounds like we should ask him directly.
Yagami.
The detective who sniffed out your butt. Your butt. I hope I said that right. Oh, by the way, I'm also a fully licensed attorney and I welcome any civil suit involving a breach of privacy. Huh? A lawyer?
Yep.
You tell Momoyama-san why you bugged her now? Or do we need to get the police involved?
I see.
I see, so you heard that another club was trying to poach her. Yes, she really is the biggest draw to our club. If we lost her, this place would be done for. How you bought her back? Well, I reached out to a detective and eventually he sent me the bag as is. We never met in person, so all I ever saw was his web avatar. It's a dog. Again with the avatar. You didn't get a name either. No, all he mentioned was he's from the illegal detective agency. The illegal detective agency sounds like these doggone detectives rotten to the bone.
Bingo.
Wait, inside that? Or am I not doing this right? It's possible that I am being stupid. Oh, it's intended. What I say, I sell it to you for 10,000.
Huh?
What? Are you serious? I think this store is trying to scam people, so I guess I'll just have to buy the damn thing. I knew it, but why this when anyone could win it at random? I'll work that out later. For now, the who, you have to be either the toy manufacturer or one of the arcade staffers. Of Right, I'm winning that thing for sure today. Wait, it's gone? Oh man, who got it? A grown-ass man got it. Sir, any chance you sell me that stuffed animal? Huh? You want this? I'll pay you 20,000 for it. Oh, let me guess, you want to give it to that girl who was looking for it in the machine, don't you? How you know? Yeah, this is making sense now. You bought the toy she's been trying to win so you could snoop on her at home, right? What? Oh. But, oh my... Holy cow. Kick his ass, yes. Some guy claiming to be a detective for some illegal detective agency. He just showed up at the arcade one day and chatted me up. You like that girl, huh? Don't you want to see her private life? And then I bought it from him. It looks around 30 years old, but that's all I got. He was wearing a mask, sunglasses, a hat, really going out of his way to hide his identity. How about his height, his build? Actually, he was on the tall side, about 180 centimeters. Average build though. I swear that's all I know. Ah, I see. Oh.
Here we go.
Recording. Oh, there's a hotel nearby. From that old man. He is the pilot, right? What the? Pretty sure using that drone to commit a felony. Jail seems like it'd be rough at your age, doesn't it?
Huh?
What? Are you kidding me right now? Quick old fart, aren't you? Well, I did just chug a whole stamina spark.
Hey!
Hey, according to the paramedics, he had a little episode there, but nothing life-threatening. Well, that's good. I wasn't out to kill the guy, just bust him for perving on some folks in a hotel. Also, one of our officers rode along in the ambulance and questioned him a bit. Supposedly, he bought the camera and the drone from a suspicious detective. Said he worked for the illegal detective agency. Yeah, I figured as much. I'm guessing it's the same guy who's been making a mess all over town with this stuff. By the way, you're a detective too, right? Yeah, I'm doing my best to track this guy down and stop him, though we don't need him dragging all detectives down in the public's eye. I see. Well, if that's the case, here's hoping you get the guy, if we don't.
Yep.
Right. Good luck to you and the boys. Same for you. Thanks for lending a hand on the case. Oh.